latest news break coming in right now. At the time of the accident, and it's tragic right now because there are many feared missing. What we can confirm, more than 200 people, including locals, tourists, were present in Dharali. The army camp also came under its grip, which is in the second cloudburst that took place. There is an army mess and a cafe here. Many soldiers suspected to have missed the accident. The helipad built on the banks of the river in Harsil has been washed away. Due to heavy rains, relief and rescue work is not being carried out through the aerial route, which is the helicopter. Helipad completely washed away. The weather is really bad, so none of the helicopters are actually flying right now. So the only rescue that can reach Dharali is on foot, primarily coming in from the local NDRF and SDRF teams that have been stationed there, and importantly from men who were at the brigade headquarters, because there is a brigade that is headquartered in Dharali. Ankit, stay with me. I want to cut across to Ashutosh Mishra, who's en route to Dharali village. Ashutosh, would you get us quickly up to speed on all the information that you're getting in right now in terms of fatality, casualties? Where are we, where relief is concerned?
The biggest adversary, Preeti, at the moment is the weather, because now as I read, the red alert issued for the several districts of Uttarakhand, including Uttarkashi. For next 3 hours, there are going to be a massive rains. Now, already we see the debris that have come down along with the massive landslide and the cloudburst. Clearly, the weather is going to be hostile for all the rescue agencies. Subsequent to that, the Air Force has been put on standby. The Chinook, the ALH, the Cheetah choppers that will be carrying out sorties to that particular location. Now, reportedly, an army camp also has been affected. We are yet awaiting the details about that, how many persons are gone missing. The number could be way high, looking at that the landscape has totally changed, the terrain, because of the debris and this cloudburst area. Subsequent to, looks like not only one sector or one particular deviation has taken place, but rather the river has divided. So this is also looks like impacting even the Kissu top area, and that's exactly in several villages we are also seeing the river, instead of flowing, is also accumulating the water, and that's why we see the rise in the water level. So this is going to be really an uphill task. Multiple agencies are still being moved. Not only the immediate persons from the ITBP and army have been placed for the rescue, search and relief operations. Largely more than relief, it is going to be rescue and search operations. More and more personals are being dispatched to Harsil and this place Dharali for the evac. But as we are en route, we are also getting multiple information about the possibility of landslide to those sectors from the radius of 18 to 20 kilometers. In those cases, unless you clear the landslides, unless the evacuation is done, that will make operation extremely difficult, Preeti.
Ashutosh, what are you picking up? Because right now, aerial route is inoperable, which is basically the helipad has been washed away where Harsil is concerned. The weather is terrible. There is no possibility, at least till tomorrow afternoon is what we've been given to understand, for the aerial route to be operational, number one. Number two, like you pointed out, many landslides. So how is it that NDRF, SDRF teams are getting there? So primarily what we do know right now, Ashutosh, that rescue is only being carried out by the local NDRF and SDRF teams stationed. There is a brigade headquarters there, and possibly the army stepping in from there. That is all we are looking at right now.
That was the first company to reach other side, including the ITBP, who immediately started evacuating people. Now looking at analyzing the situation, the topography, that how many people were living exactly at different locations. So to reach out their teams at those multiple locations. Now because of there are landslides, these NDRF persons or the army persons that are being moved to that incident site for the rescue relief ops. Of course, these tragedies, the landslides are going to buy literally much more time. But these persons are quite advanced. They have the technologies, they have materials, they have machinery, so they can have heavy earth moving machines. And of course, as we speak, also the BRO, SDRF, other agencies have also been roped in to ensure they get a smoother highway, they get smooth access. But the terrain that has gone disturbed this way, it will be difficult for them to reach. But in the meanwhile, those agencies who are already placed there, overnight this operation will be carried out unless we see massive disruptions by the rainfall, which for that red alert has already been issued, Preeti.
Ashutosh, before we go to our other guests to stay on with us, so what you can tell us right now, initial updates suggest, of course, rescue operation on a war footing. However, it is localized because teams from outside the area cannot really penetrate right now, primarily due to the weather, due to landslides blocking roads and the aerial route non-operational, number one. Number two, many are feared missing. So unfortunately, Ashutosh, we don't want to sound alarmist, but we're looking at a number higher than where the fatalities stand, because right now initial reports are coming in that over 50 are missing, and a figure has now come in that there were over 250 people that were there in Dharali. We just want to give our viewers a sense. Dharali is a tourist town as well. A lot of people who climb to the Gangotri glacier, some for adventure, the others for religious purposes, station themselves in villages like Dharali. Correct, Ashutosh?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is also since the pilgrimage was continuing, Char Dham Yatra was underway. We have the number of people, including the tourists, not only the local. Now remember, there are villages which are based around, located around, but also commercially very active because as you rightly mentioned, now being pilgrimage route also for the tourist destination, you have hundreds of the people are camping. Now reportedly, if there are only 200 people, all these images that are surfacing so far is only reminding about the magnitude of the devastation that we saw in 2013 in Kedarnath. However, the number in this locality could be much less than Kedarnath, because this is Kedarnath being one of the very most popular. However, during this time, I can witness multiple people have been asking me whether we should travel to Uttarakhand. During all our bulletins and different reports, we have been asking people always take a report from the weather department, check the weather status, and only then travel. So many of these people, of course, avoid traveling to these areas. That could probably be one factor where we see a little lesser number than we compare to the magnitude of 2013. But exactly, if you have the number of the people, even in hundreds, this tragedy, this is going to be devastating.
Ashutosh, you continue to stay with us. We're going to come right back, try and get in as much more information, what we can also add, viewers, because we are talking about an army camp that has also seen some soldiers missing. That was primarily due to the second cloudburst that has taken place. Unfortunately, we can confirm the 14 Rajputana Rifles were stationed. There was a brigade command, brigade headquarters where Harsil is concerned, and initial reports suggest that there has been damage to that camp and many soldiers are also missing there.